Journalists protest proposed social media legislation they say threatens to criminalise independent reporting. BNet is one of Turkey's oldest independent news websites. Here there is alarm over the new legislation, especially the proposed new crime of publishing fake news or disinformation as defined by the Turkish authorities.
I can go to prison just for reporting news if this new law passes in Parliament. I can be sentenced to 1 to 3 years in prison. This will cause fear in journalists and can cause them to apply more self-censorship in their reporting.
With mainstream media mainly under government control, a large and vibrant independent media has developed on the internet, to the point that its ratings match those of traditional mainstream media. Some see the proposed social media law as a government reaction to that success.
They are using this in order to block everything. What I mean by everything, anything that is oppositional. The law aims to silence any oppositional voice. That is why they are trying to introduce this disinformation law.
In the proposed legislation, anyone posting or reposting what is defined by authorities as disinformation faces up to 3 years in prison. Social media platforms like YouTube and Twitter, which have offices in Turkey, under the proposed law will be obliged to reveal the identities of anyone who's under investigation. The proposed legislation comes as presidential elections loom next year. The Turkish government says legislation controlling social media is no different from laws already in place in Europe that seeks to protect the public rather than censoring dissent. But rights groups dismiss any comparison to Europe's laws.
I believe you cannot compare Turkey to Germany or France or any of the European countries. What Turkey does resembles more of what Russia does, to be honest. If you look at the Ministry of Interior statistics, over 5,000 to 6,000 people every year are investigated due to their social media activity.
Turkey is already among the world's biggest jailers of journalists, according to rights groups. But at BNet, the fear is a threat of jail will also have a chilling effect on its readers.
With this law, the government is trying to prevent people's response to the news. The readers won't be able to share this news on social media, won't be even able to share it on their WhatsApp groups.
The government portrays a new law as part of an international trend to curtail abuses on social media. But critics say it's a desperate attempt to silence opposition ahead of elections that surveys suggest the government will lose. Doreen Jones of VOA News, Istanbul.